So let's begin with the demo. Here you go. So if you, both of you can open the chat box. I have pasted few links. So first link is of syllabus link. You can check your syllabus over on this link. In case you have not enrolled yet, no need to worry. You can complete your payment process and we'll see you in the classes. We are always welcome to take up the feedback. You just need to fill up this form and we'll receive it. Yes, you have complete right to know in detail about your particular batch. So you need to click on this all batch detail link and you'll get to know. In case you have any further queries, you can always email us at support@olympiadsuccess.com, or you can drop us a WhatsApp message on these two particular numbers. Okay. So now I would like to invite your mentor at the platform to have a brief introduction about her. Then we'll quickly move back to the dashboard along with the presentation. Okay. So her name is Miss Neha Navraj. She's a wonderful mentor. She's having conceptual clarity. And of course, she's been into teaching profession since so long, and she's taking classes with the Olympiad Success from good 4 to 5 years. So with this, I'm sure you'll be going to have a wonderful session with her and it will be productive too. So with this, over to you, Neha.
So good evening, everyone. How are you all? Just unmute the student for a few minutes. I will have a conversation with them. So my name is Neha and I will be taking up your science classes. Okay. So first of all, I would like to tell you that you need to be very disciplined and very obedient to the class because you will have only 1 hour of a class, and in that you have to prepare a lot for your examinations. Okay. We are preparing for your Olympiad so that you can have a good knowledge, and preparing for your Olympiad will also give you the exposure to a lot of questions so that you can excel more in your life as well as in your academics. Okay. So I would like the student, if they have any questions for me so that I can clarify it, or else we will start with the session.
Okay, so I think we can begin with the presentation and then we can begin with the session. So with this, over to you, Meghna.
Thank you so much, ma'am. I hope my screen is visible to everyone. So I welcome you all of you on the platform of Olympiad Success. Olympiad Success is the India's largest online preparation platform for Olympiad examination. We are the India's first exclusive live classes for Olympiad preparation, one of its kind yearly program that includes courses matter. We are having 8 courses: School Plus program, mathematics, English, science, logical reasoning, communication, spoken and written, Vedic maths, and coding. What else we provide? We provide one-on-one online CBSE, ICSE, IGCSE, and IB classes from grade 2 to grade 12, and one-on-one preparation classes for various Olympiads. You can meet our rank holders. These are kids like you only. No need to worry. You just need to spare extra 2 hours from regular studies because Olympiad examination is quite little tougher than the regular curriculum. We are having live Olympiad sessions, group sessions with around 20 students delivered through Zoom by tutors with significant teaching experience. We are having 3 sessions per week, Monday, Wednesday, and Friday from 8 p.m. till 9:15 p.m. with 5 minutes of break. This session includes topic like mock test and previous year questions. Student will get the reading material and practice question, which will be available on the platform of Olympiad Success, and student will also get a free access to Olympiad Success platform to practice the topic wide mock test. Syllabus is available on this particular link, and the fee of this course is rupees 12,044 rupees. It is a 54 session course, and payment can be made by using this link. So what else you require? A laptop or desktop with good internet speed and headphones for the better audio clarity. So live classes will be starting from 4th of June 2025. In 2024, Olympiad Success has students from more than 5,000 schools across India and abroad. So this is all about informative PPT. I hope I'm clear to everyone. Show me thumbs up if I'm clear. Okay, over to you, Pooja ma'am.
Thank you so much, ma'am. So let me share my screen. And here you go. But before that, I would like to inform you that we are live on the Facebook. So in case you find an internet glitch and you will not be able to join us back by Zoom, no need to worry. You can watch this demo, which will be live on the Facebook. Okay. So for the dashboard tour, what you have to do, you have to enter this URL olympiadsuccess.com, wherein you'll be directed towards this page. So you will be going to log in with your registered email ID. Okay. As of now, I am entering with one of my demo account. So after logging in, you'll get your profile details. Check it. In case you find any error, you can update it over here. Okay. Click on live classes. Select your subject. And of course, topic. So here you can see everything is customized for you. So here's a schedule for your reference in which you'll get the clarity in which session you're going to cover which particular topic. Okay. So after completion of every chapter, there is a test discussion. That means you'll be going to get a mock test paper before class, before that session, and you need to do it at home. And while coming back in next session and test discussion day, you'll be going to discuss that paper with your mentor along with the doubts in that particular chapter. Because Olympiads, as you know, are meant for more and more practice and in-depth knowledge in all topics. Okay, so that's why this is designed for you. So in last, you can see there are super classes. In super classes, you'll be going to cover previous year papers. Okay, previous year paper means more practice for you. So here is a holiday calendar that is for your reference that you should not miss any session because already we are living in North and we do have festival holidays. Moving ahead on reading material. So here you'll be going to get your material wherein you can prepare it. Okay. So related to that theory, there are question papers and answer keys also. For that, you just need to click over here on the practice question. So I recommend you just download the paper, solve it, and then check your answer keys. Don't download your answer keys parallelly. Okay? So here is the exercise. So here goes for the answer keys. Okay. So you can see each and every PDF is downloadable. So you can just click over here and you can download and check your material. So over here in the worksheet, there's more practice for you. So there you can see there are so many sets. I've shown you just one set. So I'll be going to show you how you can practice more worksheets. For that, you need to click on your worksheet button, select your subject, and of course, you'll get a worksheet over here. Click on take exam. Tick this box, start worksheet. So let's see how many of you know the correct answers quickly. Read the question, identify the number of replaceable hydrogen ions H plus in H2SO4. So quickly type your answer in the chat box. Let's see whose answer is correct. Okay, so Nakushka is mentioning 2. Let's fill the answer. Moving on next. So the one more question for your reference, quickly read it and put your answer. I'm waiting for your answers. Hurry up. We got our answers. So the answer is both A and B. Okay. Let's select, and this is how you need to fill all your answers. And once you're done, you can click on finish button for the submission of worksheet. Yes, I reviewed all the questions and your worksheet is submitted. So the best part of the platform is the moment you have done, you can check your answer keys parallelly. So for that, where you need to click on performance button. Here you need to select your subject once again. And here you go with the worksheet. Click on 28, click on view button. And here you can see performance. So yes, that's good. You both have given a correct answer. Very nice. Brainy kids, Neha ma'am, in your class. Okay, so yes, that's pretty much about it. You can check your answers over here. And this is all about dashboard. Now we are open for the QA round. If anybody's having any doubt, needed clarity, feel free to drop your questions in the chat box. We'll be happy to answer your each and every query. So log out. And yes, let me stop sharing my screen. And now we are open for the Q round. I want Anushka to just turn on the camera. And if Vihan is back, please turn on your camera. We don't allow students to sit with cameras off in the classes. Please turn on your cameras. We respect your situation and wherever you are, but that's okay. Please turn on your cameras. You can blur your background. Welcome, Vihan. I hope you have munched something after coming back from your class. Done? Okay. Good to see you, Vihan. Sip some water, relax, and then we can continue. Okay. So, Anushka, turn on your camera, please. Shall we begin with the demo, boys? Any doubt? Yes, no. Show me a thumbs up if you wanted to get a demo started. Okay, then over to you, Nehama.
Yeah, so hi, good evening, everyone. I think I will request Megha to just share the PPTs for the students. Pooja ma'am.
Yeah, Neha ma'am, I'm just sharing in a while. No? Just wait for 1 minute.
Just do it in the slide show mode. Okay. So am I audible, students? Shall we move to the next page? Okay. So first of all, let us know what actually new. So could you just raise your hand in the chat box? Who was the one? Yes. So why do we need food? Why is it necessary? Like we cannot stay without food. Although if you have a fasting or if you are on a starving day, you can be without food for 1 to 2 days, but not beyond that. Because after that, your body will stop to work. It will stop to function. Why? because your body doesn't get that energy to perform its function. So that's what this nutrition means. Nutrition means by you to perform your various activities, irrespective of going to the school, sitting in the class, having your lunch, etc. All this requires energy, and you are getting this energy from the you are getting this energy from the food that you are taking. So that when you have the food, you get the energy that comes under this word that is nutrition. Okay. Now, nutrition are of two types based on the source of food you are getting or the source how you are making the food. So the very first one is your autotrophic mode of nutrition. The word autotrophic has two words that is auto and trophic. So auto means self, that means the one who is responsible, and trophic means food. So when any organism who is responsible make their own food for their own energy, they come under this autotrophic mode of nutrition. And the best example is your plants. Okay, so do you need to provide food like roti, chapatis to the plants so that they can survive? Just write and give your answer in the comment box. Do you need to feed them, or you just need to water them? Do you provide any food to the plants? Write down the answer here in, in the chat. Yes, we don't need to give food, but how are they being able to stay alive for so long? It's because they have the capability of making their own food. And such kind of nutrition where they can cook their own food, the presence of certain raw materials is known as autotrophic. Have you ever heard about? Yes, yes, they prepare their own food, Anushka. Very good. So, do you know what is the name of this process? Have you ever heard about the word photosynthesis? Anyone? Have you ever heard about what photosynthesis is? Okay, just let me tell you. Yes, Ritik. So photosynthesis is a process in which this plant uses the sunlight along with the carbon dioxide that we have exhaled out during our exhalation process to prepare their food. Okay. And in return, what is it giving us? It is giving us the oxygen that we are breathing in. Is that okay? Is this autotrophic nutrition clear to everyone? Just give me a thumbs up. Is it clear? Okay. Now coming to the next mode of nutrition, we have heterotrophic. Hetero means different or dependent, and trophic means food. So heterotrophic nutrition is that kind of a nutrition where you are dependent upon the other organism for your food. For example, we as a human being, we are dependent upon plant. We get the vegetables from the plant. We get rice, wheat from the plant. So is it so that we can prepare our own banana, or we can prepare our own brinjal or tomato? Can we produce it? No, no. We will get it. We will get to the market and we will get it from there. But where is it coming from the market? It is coming directly from the plants. So, directly or indirectly, we are dependent upon the plants for our food. And that's why we come under the heterotrophic mode of nutrition. So, is the difference between autotrophic and heterotrophic clear to everyone? Please give me a thumbs up. Is it clear to everyone? All the three participants, Anushka, Ritvik, Rihan, just give me a thumbs up, beta. Okay, moving to the next slide. Megha, please just do the next slide. Megha, am I audible to you? Okay. So what the autotrophs basically it is of two modes. Okay. One is photoautotrophs and other one is the chemoautotrophs. So what does this photoautotrophs mean? Photo means light. So those organisms which are dependent or which prepare their food with the help of this light energy, it's called as photoautotrophs, like plants. As I told you, na, in photosynthesis we use the sunlight to prepare the food. Similarly, it is a kind of photoautotropic nutrition, which is a subpart of your autotrophic nutrition. Is that clear? Yes. Next slide, please. I just explained about the autotrophic nutrition to them. So I have just written down in the chat box the two different subdivision of the phototropic and autotrophic. See, you can see in your screen that organism who synthesizes their own food. What is the meaning of this synthesizing? That means they can produce or make their own food. Okay. Next slide. Now see what I have already written. So autotrophic mode of nutrition is further bifurcated into two parts, that is photoautotrophic and chemoautotrophic. Okay, so what's the difference? As per the definition, when you use the energy from sunlight to produce organic material molecules from carbon dioxide or oxygen. So this is exactly the photosynthesis process where we are using light to produce glucose. That is, it is the what is the formula for glucose? Can anybody just tell me or write it down in the chat box? What's the formula for glucose? Anybody would like to just answer about it? Okay, I'm just writing it down. Okay, just copy it down. Yes, Rian, very good. It's C6H12O6. So, yes, very good, Anushka. So, this is the glucose, which is the food for the plants. Okay, and along with glucose, it is also producing the oxygen, and this oxygen is utilized by us for our breathing. Okay, now coming to the next division of this autotrophic nutrition, we have chemoautotrophs. So, the word chemo itself suggests that it is something related to the chemicals or the inorganic substances. Okay, like ice, all the things. So when you use the energy from oxidation inorganic substance, have you ever studied about the nitrogen cycle? Huh? It was in your syllabus. This nitrogen fixed bacteria like rhizobium, this fixes the nitrogen in the root nodules of the leguminous plants. And then it is this nitrogen is utilized by these plants for their metabolic activities. So there is a sequence of steps that are taking place in this nitrogen cycle, where the nitrates gets divided into nitrites, and then further it is broken down into other simpler substances. So when you are feeding on those ions or when you are feeding on those chemical substances for your energy, that kind of organisms comes under your chemoautotroph. Okay. For example, you have sulfur bacteria oxidizes sulfur to sulfates, and nitrosomonas species oxidizes nitrates. The one I was talking about in the nitrogen side. Is that clear to everyone? Just give me a thumbs up if it's clear, or you want me to repeat it again. Just give me a thumbs up, all three of you, if it's clear. Okay, moving to the next slide. Now, the major function or the major thing that occurs, that is photosynthesis. So I have been talking about these terms. I think I used this one twice or thrice. Okay. So what is this photosynthesis? It is the synthesis or the production of food. Which kind of food? It is the glucose molecule that I asked you previously. So when the plant prepare this glucose as their food in the presence of sunlight, carbon dioxide, water, and chlorophyll is called photosynthesis. Now you must be thinking, what is chlorophyll? Yes. So chlorophyll is basically, have you ever seen the color of the leaves of the plant? Generally, it occurs to be green. Why is it so? It is because of this chlorophyll pigment only. It is green in color, and that's the reason all the plants have green leaves. And this chlorophyll is a pigment which is very essential for this photosynthesis. Now, the next question which will come into your mind will be like, ma'am, there are certain leaves which are not green in color. So do they don't perform the process of photosynthesis? So my answer will be yes, they do perform the photosynthesis process, but it's not like that. There are other pigments also in the plant. Okay. So those are more dominating as compared to this chlorophyll. And that's why their leaves appears to be green, red, yellow, or some other thing. Okay. But you cannot say that those leaves doesn't have chlorophyll in them. Okay, so as per your diagram, you can see that the plant leaf is absorbing the sun rays and they are getting the carbon dioxide. What kind of carbon dioxide? The one which we breathe out during our breathing process. Okay, so we as a plant and human beings, we are both mutually helping each other. How come? The plant is giving us oxygen, which is important for us. Okay, and in return, we are giving them the which is important for the plant to prepare their food. Okay, and getting this water from they are taking or they are transporting the water from the ground level. Is that okay? So there is a formula for this photosynthesis process. Do you know about it? Can anybody write the chemical reaction of this photosynthesis? Or else I am there to help you out. See, when I'm just writing it down in the chat box, when carbon dioxide combines with oxygen, carbon dioxide combines with the water in the presence of that is sunlight and chlorophyll. Okay, it gives a product that is glucose plus oxygen plus water. Oh, okay, so this is a reaction for photosynthesis. Now, if you just balance it, you will have 6 CO2 plus the presence of sunlight and chlorophyll. You will have glucose plus 6 molecules of O2 plus 6 molecules of H. Okay, so just write down, copy down this reaction. Yes, well, it will be 12 H2O, dear. It's not H6H2. Just correct it, Anushka. It will be 12 H2O beta in the reactant side. Okay. If you just balance it, you will find it out. Plus, in the product side also, there is water which is present. So you just missed it out. So you have 6 CO2 plus 12 H2O in the presence of sunlight and chlorophyll. It will give glucose molecule plus 6 O2 plus 6 H2O. Okay. So write down this reaction, everyone, once. And then move to the next slide. Okay. So the photosynthesis process, you can see it very clearly as the diagrammatic way where plants are using the sunlight and they are preparing the food and it is getting itself giving us the oxygen that we are breathing in. Next slide. So now you can see how it is interlinked with each other, the one which I have shown you. Okay. So you can see that the plant is using the sunlight and it is taking in the oxygen it is taking the carbon dioxide from the atmosphere. It is preparing its food and after preparing the products that is being formed is glucose and oxygen. So now this oxygen is again given into the atmosphere for its breathing. At the side, you can see a structure that's the leaf structure. Okay. So there are certain cells and there is an organelle that is present in the cell of the leaf. So what is the chloroplast? Chloroplast is basically, it's a plastid which contains, chloroplast is a plastid which is present in these leaves and it is the plastid which has this pigment that is chlorophyll. And process of photosynthesis helps. So if I ask you where does the photosynthesis takes place, so your lame answer will be in the leaves. But if I ask you in reference with the Olympiad question, then your exact location will be the chloroplast of the leaves where the chlorophyll is present. Is that clear? So moving to the next slide. So all this I request, just give me a thumbs up if the things are clear to you. See, the one which I told you about. Okay. So you have CO2 plus 12H2O. The CO2, I think yeah, it's there. 6 2 CO2 molecules plus 12H2O molecules in the presence of light. That is the glucose plus 6 O2 molecules that is given in the atmosphere back. And then you have 6 water molecule, which is further utilized in the process of transpiration or other activities by the plants. Okay. So just note down this formula once, or else I have already just typed it in the chat box. You'll get it from there. Move to the next slide. Megha, please move into the next slide. I've already, yeah. Now we will talk about cells which are present all over your body, okay, which you cannot visualize to your naked eye. So cell, just like in terms of chemistry, we say that the atom is the smallest part of the matter. Similarly, in terms of the biological world, when we are dealing with the living world, we say that the cell is the smallest structural and functional unit of life. Okay, I'm just writing it out in the chat box. Okay, it is a structural and functional. That means all the major functions, whichever is being carried by your body, is carried by this cell. Now, cell can be seen in the microscope because they're so tiny. They are more smaller than a micron also. Okay. Now, some cells are made up of only one cell, and such cells are known as some cells are just made up of one cell. And such cells are known or organism are known as unicellular. Okay, that means uni means one. On the other hand, when they are made up of more than one cell, they are known as multicellular. Okay, multi means many. So unicellular made up of one cell, multicellular made up of more than one. Okay. Now next is the cell is enclosed by a thin outer boundary called the cell membrane. Now definitely when you have a cell, inside the cell you will have many things. For example, the house that you have, okay, or the room that you have. Your room has a boundary inside which you are having your bed, you are having your study table, you are having your wardrobes. In fact, you are also in that area. Okay. So what are you and these things about things that I talk about? These are the parts of the cell. Okay. But what about the boundary which is keeping you together? It's the outer membrane. Similarly, in this also there is a membrane which one cell with the other, so that there is no mixing of the informations or mixing of the materials. Such boundary is known as the cell membrane. Is that clear? Now, most cells have a distinct centrally located spherical structure known as nucleus. So, just like a computer has a CPU, which has the control over all the functions that is being performed by that computer, similarly, your cell has a nucleus, which is the CPU of the cell. Okay, so I'm just writing it down. Nucleus equals to CPU of the cell. Okay, that means all the major functions that the cell will be performing will be controlled by this nucleus. Is that okay? So moving to the next slide, please. Yes. Now, the nucleus is surrounded by a jelly-like substance called cytoplasm. So you have a cell, okay. Inside the cell, you have the nucleus, and around the nucleus, you have a semi. Neither you can say it is a solid nor it's a liquid, which is the cytoplasm, and it for major function. Now coming to the section of the leaves, yes, if you just get into the diagram, you have an upper layer which is known as the upper epidermis. Below that, you will have the palisade layer and the spongy layer. So this palisade layer along with the spongy layer together will be the mesophyll layer. Okay. So there are certain cells in the plants, like you have mesophyll cell, your parenchyma cells. So the thing which is present in the leaf is your mesophyll cell. So just write it, the palisade layer along with spongy layer together comprises the mesophyll cell. And then you will have the below layer, that is the lower epidermis. In the lower epidermis, you can see that there are certain gaps between that. So these gaps are actually the guard cells inside which it has been guarding the stomata. Now, what is a stomata? It is a structure through which the gaseous exchange takes place. The one which I told you, that the oxygen is coming out of the leaves and the carbon dioxide is getting into the leaves. So how is it possible? There must be some gaps. So this is the gap, that is the stomata, through which the gaseous exchange, like inward movement of the carbon dioxide and outward movement of the oxygen is taking place. Okay. Moving to the next slide. Now see, if you could see the visualized structure, there are two bean-shaped structure. Okay, these bean-shaped structures are the guard cells, which controls the opening and closing of the stomata. Now, when will the stomata open? For example, for my information, just tell me, when will this photosynthesis process take place? Will it take place in the day or in the night? Write it down in the chat box. When will this photosynthesis process take place? In day or in night? In the chat box, everyone. Yes, it will be taking place in the day. So that means the oxygen, the carbon dioxide need to get into the stomata. So during daytime, these bean-shaped cells, which is known as the guard cell, allow the stomata to open. Okay. So leaves have several tiny pores-like structure on its lower surface. This is called the stomata, through which absorption of carbon dioxide from air is taken, and also the removal of oxygen is taking place. Is that clear to everyone? Moving to next one, please. So we will go to the question now. Just share the question sheets, Megha. We will do this text later on. Just share me the question sheets. The next slide. Megha, just share the next slide, please. The one which is having the questions. More next slide. Yes, thank you. So you have a question here. You will need to write down the answer. So the component that is necessary for our body is called what will be like our body or for our survival. I'm just giving you. Yes, very good. The component that is necessary for our body. You cannot say that the cell is necessary. Our body is made up of cells, no? I'm just asking about the components. Talked about that in the photosynthesis, which is very important for us. Yes, it's the nutrients which are very important for our body, because if we don't get the nutrients, or you have the options also. Yeah. So what will be the correct answer for it? Okay, Anushka, very good. Moving to the next question, please. Along with the options. Okay, which of the following is a nutrient? So basically you have 5 different types of nutrient, that is carbohydrates, vitamins, fats, proteins, and minerals. So you have option A as vitamins, option B as fat, option C as protein. So you're correct. Yes, very good, Ritvik. Very good, Anushka. Very good, Vihan. It's option B, that is all of the above. Moving to the next question. Okay. The food making process in plant is called as number one, glycolysis, B, photosynthesis, C, respiration, and D, chemosynthesis. What will be the answer? Anishka, she is saying as B, Vihan, photosynthesis. What about Ritwik? Yes, very good. It's the photosynthesis. And what is, can you just tell me what is the food that they are making? What is the name of that food? It's glucose. Okay. Moving to the next question. So what was the answer? The tiny pores present on the surface of the leaves through which gaseous exchange occurs are called? Yes, very good. It's glucose, Vihan. Yes, these are the stomata. Very good, Ritvik. Very good, Vihan. Anushka? Okay, very good. Now moving to the next question. What is the ultimate source of energy for all living things? So who, I'm just giving you a hint. Who is the one on which all are dependent and what is its source? Come on, fast. Anushka is saying it as B. What about Vihan and come on, just give your answer. Write it down fast. Okay, so it's option B, that is solar energy, because we are getting the food by the process of photosynthesis as we are dependent on the plants, and plants get prepare that food in the presence of sunlight. Moving to the next question. Okay, now tell me, green pigment present in leaves in the cells of which kind of cell? We are talking about the chloroplast. Okay, what will be the answer? Hemoglobin, chlorophyll, globulin, or protein? Yes, very good, Anushka. It's option B. Very good, Bihan. It's option B. That is chlorophyll. Moving to the next question. Now, just tell me which of the all green plants can prepare their own food. Second, most animals are autotrophs. Carbon dioxide is not required for photosynthesis, and the fourth oxygen is liberated during photosynthesis. So just tell me which among the all four are correct. Option A, option yes, it's option A. That is all green plants have their own food and oxygen is liberated during photosynthesis. Good, Anushka. Very good, Vihan. Now, moving to the next question. Now, a very tricky question. So this is directly from the chemical reaction that I gave you. So what is the raw material for photosynthesis? Yes, it's carbon dioxide. Very good, Ritvik. Very good, Anushka. Now, moving to the next question. Now, the product of photosynthesis are now again from the same reaction. Right. So write down the answer in the chat box. It's B. Carbohydrates. Is it so? B. Carbohydrates, oxygen, water. Yes, it's carbohydrate, oxygen, and water. Carbohydrate, we are talking about glucose. Okay. Is that okay? Now moving to the next question. Cell is enclosed by a thin outer lining that is, I just told you right now. Yes. Just think once more. Yes, it's cell membrane, the first one. Okay. Now moving to the next question. Now, water is transported. So there are two complex cells which are present in your body, which are performing the function of transporting water as well as the food. So water is transported in your body through a vessel that is known as the xylem cells. Okay. And plants have the xylem cells where this water from ground is taken and transported to the leaves. Is that okay? And see, just you need to remember one thing. Water is transported to the leaves through hair-like pipelines from the roots. These pipelines are present throughout the plant, that is from root to the branches. That's what I told you right now. These pipelines are known as xylem, and xylem is a type of tissue. It is actually a type of complex permanent tissue. Okay, moving to the next. Okay, that's all for the day. So just tell me if anybody is having any doubts or if you have any questions, just you can write it down in the chat box. Anybody is having any questions? You can stop sharing your screen, Megha.
All right, everyone. So I think nobody's having any doubt, but still, if you have any doubt, drop it in the chat box. Otherwise, inform us how was the demo. You need to type it in the chat box in one adjective. How was the demo? Was it good, average, excellent? Did you like it? Yes or no? Anything? Good. Okay. What about Ritvik and Anushka? How did you find the demo? Nice. Okay. What about Anushka?
So I think that they are done with the demos, the students, Megha.
I'm interested to join the science class for class 17. Yes. See, Elena Mom's class is already going on. So if you wanted to enroll in that, you need to contact to our sport team. But yes, this will be batch 3. Okay. So that is batch 2. So in whichever batch you wanted to enroll, you can enroll Anushka. We have both batches. You can check your class days and timings accordingly and you can register it. All right. All right. I think that's pretty much about it. So let me share links once again, wherein you can contact the sport team. Okay, so with this, we'll take an exit. And yes, if you have not enrolled yet, enroll for the batch and we'll see you in the classes. Okay, bye bye. Take care, everyone. Happy week. Bye bye.
Have a good day, everyone. Bye.